I know.
Hey everybody, welcome to the DBC Inc. Facebook Live. It is a Monday night, so that's not usually the night we're on here, but we're on here tonight for a very special occasion, and that is, it is a book birthday. That's one of our favorite things to celebrate. And the book, I happen to have just received it in the mail myself, and so here it is, Teachables by Cheryl and Lisa. So first of all, as you're joining us, pop over into the comments. Let us know who's here, where you're watching from. We would love to know who's watching with us. So go ahead and feel free to throw your name over in the comments. We always love to see that and get a chance to interact with you. We'll throw the comment up on the screen and get to see what's going on. And as they are doing that, Cheryl and Lisa, maybe there are people in the audience tonight who are not familiar with the two of you. So maybe if you could each give us a little rundown of who you are and like what is your role in education at the moment.
Lisa, I'll let you go ahead and go first, and then
okay. Well, hello. Well, I currently am a project manager and a partner success manager at Harris Education Solutions. So I get to work with school districts, administrators, teachers using also a software called eWalk. So I get to work with educators every day, and it is wonderful.
Very awesome. And Cheryl, how about you?
And I currently am a consultant that works in schools, coaching teachers and administrators on what good first instruction looks like. And I taught for many, many years in grades 1st through 12th. So I'm so happy to be here tonight.
That's awesome. And we have officially, this is our favorite moment, we have officially gone international because Nick Roque from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada is here with us, the author of Phenomenal Teacher. Nick, thank you so much for popping in here and joining us on this book birthday celebration. I see Tara is here, and we also have, Adam's here. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you here. I'm looking for my glasses because as the comments pop in, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to bust these readers out now, I think, so I can see what's going on. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Okay. Congratulations. I can see now. Fantastic. Hey, and so my first question for you two, the subtitles, bite-sized strategies that make a major impact in the classroom. And just from the sound of that, this sounds like something that teachers are going to be able to read and grab something out right away and be able to implement it the very next week in their classroom. Would that be a good way of, am I hitting the mark on that?
You are, or actually that morning they could look and go, oh, I can do this today. That's why we wanted to really help teachers not have to sort through, find. There are a few, and we called those beyond, a little bit deeper, take a little more time. But we have just a lot of really quick and fast ways for teachers to implement right away. And if they want to take a look at a video, then they can scan that QR code, or if they need a template for an activity, they can go over there and just click that and have it to implement in their classroom.
Yeah, and I see Belinda is here. Belinda, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. And Melissa, thank you very much also for joining us. And of course, our very own Tara Martin is here too. And this kind of gives you an example of what Cheryl was talking about with the QR code. And so with all these strategies, there's a QR code there linked, and you can go straight in and access the information that you need, like additional resources and things for all of these. And so it's so usable. So you're just going to be browsing through here and picking stuff out that are going to make a big impact in your classroom. And yeah, fantastic. How have you seen, I think both of you have done some speaking around this message. And what has been the impact that you've seen when you're doing a workshop and teachers are learning these things from you two live?
Well, one of the things that I love to do is that coaching piece and just having conversations. So I like to open it up to, what's a problem that you're dealing with currently in your classroom? And they say, well, you know what, we're getting ready to divide fractions, and I'm not real sure how to make it engaging. It's a little boring. I don't really like it. So my favorite thing to do is just to problem shoot that right then and there and say, hey, try this. This is something I did in my classroom. And so when we were creating the book, we wanted it to be something that people can just take and use and help engage their students, but also really help the teachers keep joyful and happy teaching the students, because we want the teachers to stay and love what they're doing as much as we want the students to love to be in the teachers' classrooms too. So
Yeah.
how about you,
Jane
Lee?
is joining us. Jane, thank you so much for popping in here and joining us. We appreciate you being here to help celebrate Cheryl and Lisa and Teachables today. That's awesome.
That's
and
my
so,
sister. That's my big
oh,
sister.
oh,
She was
we love,
texting me on the side. She's like, I can't get in. I was like, just try, keep trying.
yeah, we love family jumping in. Welcome, Jane. That's amazing. Hey, so one of the things that people don't understand sometimes with a book is they see a book come out and they just think that like it just, oh yeah, they probably just like threw this together. And again, listen, this has been a long road for you too. And it has gone through multiple iterations, and there's been a whole, like intensive developmental editing process and different, feedback back and forth. And like this book has been through a lot to get to this point. What about that process? Was the intensity of that process a surprise to you? I guess is what I want to know.
Yes, because first of all, when you first submit it, you are like, this is perfect. This is wonderful. They'll make a few tweaks. And then you get it back and you go, oh, that's really great. I mean, the feedback, the team that worked on it, that helped with that, just gave such great feedback throughout the book. Like, have you thought about this? Or it made us think a little bit deeper with some of the strategies that made sense to us. And they were like, well, and then it was like, oh, we need to give more. So it was wonderful. And it did, it took a little bit longer than what we had thought, again, because, you're thinking you've got, pretty close. But whenever people are talking about that, I'm like, people always go, oh, you should write a book. People say that all the time. You're like, it is so much more than just sitting down and typing and you're done. So, but it was a wonderful experience. I mean, overall, it really was, because we love it. As I'm rereading it, the last edits, I was like, I think this is really going to resonate with teachers, because like Cheryl said earlier, they're going to open it up and they're going to scan and they're going to go, I can do this tomorrow. They're not having to read 15 pages before they get to the how. So we're giving them the how, feel like right away. So yeah, but it was great.
Yeah. And Cheryl, how was that process for you? Certainly there has to be moments of frustration, right? Because you just want, I know, because I went through this process too, where you want your book to be out in the world. You share it and you're like, it's like, oh, I thought I was done. Now they're like, it's like, I have this homework now.
And I think having Lisa, she brought such a lens to it. Just like, how would you do this lyric lesson in the classroom? What are your steps? Because in my brain, I'm thinking, oh, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she's like, well, it seems a little vague here. And so being able to go back and forth and clarify, and then also Lisa and I had our daughters read through and make sure it made sense to them too. And my daughter's not a teacher, but Lisa's is. So those lenses too, is it clear? Does it make sense? So that was really helpful too.
Yeah, I just always think that people don't understand how many hands are on a book. They just see it come out and, here's this shiny new thing that's on the market, and they don't realize like there's a whole team behind the scenes that is just like also pouring their hearts into it and like wringing everything they can out of the two of you. And it's something that we're really proud of, and hopefully you two are super proud of it as well, because it's remarkable.
We are very proud of it and appreciate the push that those people behind the scenes also gave us. And yes, the cover, we literally, you guys had asked us, what do you want for a cover? So we gave, we kind of said like simple and different things. We got it and we both went, we love it. The only thing that changed was the text, a little bit of the text on the bottom, the font. Otherwise it was like this is perfect. I mean, it literally took us like, what, 10 minutes to
was.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, they just nailed
they
it.
listened so well as to what we wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Sandy.
Oh, Sandy. There we go. Sandy, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, the covers are a strange beast because I'm telling you that sometimes the cover just takes so long, and we go through so many iterations and so like back and forth, and it could be like, listen, sometimes we're like, hey, listen, this book's been done for a long time now. We have to figure this dang cover out, or we can't go any further, right? And in this case, sometimes it just hits, and it's just the perfect thing. And so, yeah, that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
Really
nice.
It was.
Yeah. What about the title? I don't think this was initially on the table as a title. What can you say about the process of getting it? I love the title, by the way. I think it really captures what this is about with that those bite-sized strategies. So what can you say about the process of getting to this title?
That was hard.
Yeah,
the title
it's
was
never easy.
really hard.
Some time, yes.
Mhm.
But we thought it was just perfect because that's exactly what it is, and how perfect to be bite size right there with it. And and we've gotten so many comments about the title and how they do like that simplicity of the word, and how my son was saying today, he's like, it's kind of like it's a verb and it's also a noun and then it's also an adjective. He's like, you can just use it interchangeably. And so it just seemed to fit the bill and fit everything that's inside the book really well. But that was that probably took us a while to land on something that we both really liked. Although we both agreed way more often than we thought about things. But when Teachables came up, it just was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah. Melissa is right. It's very, very easy to share with others too. It's a great hashtag. It's very easy to share. And I think, it's rare that a single word title is going to capture the essence of what a book is. That's very hard to do. And so, but this is one of those rare exceptions where I think it really does. So
yeah. We are very happy with it.
Nick knows title struggles, and so the back and forth on her book's title was intensive. to the point where finally she had to invent her own word, phenomenal. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah. Phenomenal teacher. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that it really nails it. I love the cover. I tend to be, Tisha Richmond, Make Learning Magical and Dragon Smart author. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. From, I don't know, are you on the road? Maybe Medford, Oregon normally, but I'm not sure if that's where you are now. The title is awesome. So I tend to be someone who is anti the teacher Apple thing, right? Like I've told, like the design team knows, like don't bring like an Apple cover to Dave because I'm gonna like criticize it. This was the exception though. There was something about both the Teachables, like that thing with the like, and then the bite size and the whole, like it just, again, where one image can really kind of capture something with that one word title too. It's a good combination.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Well,
Tara says, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was
just gonna say, Tara says, let's show how the book is laid out. Go ahead.
Maybe if you could speak to the by the way, I noticed at the end there's even like a study guide built in into the book and all of that. So maybe if you like talk a little bit about how the book is laid out, what they're gonna find when they get inside.
Well, we put in our 4 components that we feel like are the most important for a classroom environment. So we had relationships as one of the categories, organization and procedures. Just because if those 2 are not in place, it's really difficult to get to the powerful teaching and learning. Then we have that key curiosity and engagement. How do you spark that engagement and keep students engaged and wanting to learn more? And then high expectations, really believing that students can learn and raising the bar and how often they can rise to the occasion when they have someone that's in their corner and can really believe in them. And then we added a few little stories here and there because Lisa and I are very to the point, and we were very grateful that someone said, you might put a few like stories from your own experiences in there and what has taken place over the years. So we have a few of those. My favorite one is where my student became ill in the Pentagon when we were there on a field trip, and a little fifth grader left his mark in the Pentagon, and the security team did not know quite how to handle that. And so we've got some funny stories, and then a lot of notes from former students, and some of my students are now in their little third graders that are in their 40s now. So we've got some of that along with just the quick ways and the how to reach those 4 domains of the classroom environment.
Yeah. And as Tara said, within each of these sections, there's so many things that you're just going to be able to grab and implement right away. And it's not a situation where you don't have to do all of it. These are things that you can take individually and just use them to ramp, like, oh, you know what? I could use that on Wednesday. I could pop that in there and it's going to ramp up student engagement for me on that day. And so it's super practical and usable. And we love those stories. We love, that's kind of a hallmark of a DBC book, is that the authors have injected some of their own voice and story into it. And so that balance between practicality and like, hey, use this tomorrow, but then also you get a sense of the author while you're reading it. That I think that's what sometimes makes a project so powerful. So we love that those are included.
One of the things that that we also did, so like each time you get to a strategy within the component, there's about a paragraph or maybe 2 paragraphs that are very short that are introductions, and then we get right to here are recommendations. And if you're a teacher that's really, really outgoing, there are some strategies that will work. But if you're a little bit more reserved and maybe just not as comfortable, there are other strategies that will work. So that's part of the beauty of it, is it isn't a one size fits all. It's one strategy may have 12 different recommendations, and you're going to look at those and you're going to say, I could do 3, 6, and 8, but the other ones, maybe I'll try them later. Let me dip my toe in first. So that was part of it. And then in addition to those, then we have an above and beyond. And Cheryl mentioned it a little bit earlier, where there's some extra things, like there's some videos. You go out to our website using the QR code. We've got some templates and things like that. So there's the things you can do like that. And then the above and beyond that, just a little bit more. And then of course we have quotes throughout the book, because Cheryl and I love quotes.
I'm with you on that. I'm also a quote lover. Those are sprinkled throughout my book too.
And yes, they are.
I'm always like quoting things. I have a whole thing on my computer that just is like quotes, like a little file that I just dump stuff in constantly.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah. So, and I see Sandy mentioned here will be great for new teachers. And I agree. It's certainly not just for new teachers, for experienced teachers as well. It's for any teacher, but new teachers to be able to have all this in one place, to be able to pull from. This is a fantastic resource for new teachers. I agree with Sandy.
And when they click on the QR code, something that we wanted it to continue doing is growing and evolving, so that more ideas can be put onto the website that go in those 4 components as well. But they can go and get resources, but we also have some Padlets on there where they can post maybe what they're struggling with at the time, and we can help, kind of not a mini coaching session, but maybe offer some suggestions that might help them solve that problem in their classroom as well.
Yeah, I love that. And Nick, can't wait to dive into this book. Heading out to go to, okay, yes.
Thank you.
That sounds like a priority. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Hey, so one of the things that we love is when our readers interact with us and interact with the authors. And I know, Cheryl and Lisa, you're looking forward to hearing how people are using these ideas in their classroom, and certainly happy to answer any questions that people have. And so If you receive the book, first of all, let us know that you got it. We love to see pictures of books arriving in people's hands. And then also the hashtag is Teachables. So use the hashtag Teachables in social media. And if people want to tag the two of you or connect with the two of you, whether it be about the book or speaking, where are the best places to get in touch with you? Cheryl, let's start with you.
Twitter is probably, and I know I still call it Twitter. I know it's X.
Me too.
We all do.
Okay. And Instagram is another place. Facebook, we're getting that up and going. So I would say Twitter or the Gmail.
And on Twitter, what is your handle on
email?
What is your handle on Twitter, Cheryl?
Mine's my name, Cheryl Abla, all lowercase.
Okay, and Tara has put it into the chat, and there it is up on the screen. And Lisa, how about you? Where are the best places to connect with you?
Twitter as well. Mine is Lee Maxfield 29. Also Facebook. And then we do have an email that Cheryl and I have created that we'll be looking together. It's teachables_book.
Yes.
No, it's teachablesbook@gmail.com.
Oh, that's right.
teachablesbook@gmail.com. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we want people to ask us questions, and we'll be monitoring to that.
And if people are looking to maybe have a workshop or you come and work with teachers, that's something that's available as well?
Yes, it is. We're very excited about bringing that to we've got some great ideas already lined out for that.
Perfect. Fantastic. So first of all, congratulations. And we are super proud to have the two of you in the DBC Inc. book family. So welcome to DBC Inc. I know you've been in DBC behind the scenes, but now this is your official coming out party. Yeah. And so we're super proud of the book and to have you two in the family.
Thank you. We are so happy to be part of the family. Thank you.
We are. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, go out, pick up this book. It's up on Amazon right now. And you can grab it there. And if it's not on Barnes & Noble yet, it will be soon. It's probably on Barnes & Noble online by this point. And grab it. Again, let us know as soon as you receive it. Let us know how you're using it, what you're finding useful. And we love to see how you're using these ideas in classrooms with kids, which is the most important thing. This is one of those books that for sure is not going to sit on your shelf. You're going to be tabbing it, highlighting it. There's going to be Post-it notes sticking out of the top of it. Those are the best books when they look like that. And we can't wait to see these ideas reach your classroom. And so again, Cheryl, Lisa, congratulations. And to everyone who is watching, thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time out with us on Monday night and spending it with us.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.